most honorable listeners, masters of the martial arts. I am Travis.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Big Los.
And this is CTE, and this is going to be an experience for y'all.
I got another partner that's calm and plain. He goes by the name of the Big Daddy Kane. The mellow type of fellow that's laid back. Back in the days, he was nothing like that. I remember when he used to fight every day. What grown-ups would tell him, he would never obey. He was pants hanging down and his sneakers untied, and a Rasta-type tango tilted to the side. Around the neighborhood, people treated him bad and said he was the worst thing his mom's ever had. He said he would grow up to be nothing but a hoodlum, or either in jail or someone would shoot him. But now he's grown up to their surprise. Big Daddy got a hit record selling worldwide. Now the same people that didn't like him as a job saying, can I borrow a dollar? Ooh, you're a star now. They call the vapors.
Caught the vapors. You young folks who don't know anything about the vapors, that is Biz Markie. Rest in peace, Biz Markie.
Biz.
They call the vapors.
And of course, I gotta play it.
They call the. Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love, she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story of my situation. I was talking to this girl from the U.S. nation. The way that I met her was on tour at a concert. She had long hair and a short miniskirt. I just got on stage dripping, pouring with sweat. I was walking through the crowd, and guess who I met? I whispered in the air, come to the picture booth so I can ask you some questions to see if you're 100 proof. I asked her name, she said blah, blah, blah. She had 9, 10 pants and a very big bra. I took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. I said, how do you like the show? She said I was very amused. I started throwing bass, she started throwing back mid-range. But when I sprung the question, she acted kind of strange. Then when I asked, do you have a man? She tried to pretend. She said, no, I don't. I only have a friend. Come on. I'm not even going for it. This is what I'm going to sing. You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend.
Why you say that?
You say he's just a friend.
Oh,
Just wrong.
Line it. All right.
Oh, man.
Oh, welcome to episode 110. I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet, but welcome to episode 110 of CTE, the Chris Los and Travis Experience.
Yep.
Gentlemen, how was your week? How was Los? I know you just got back from Tampa. You had
yes, sir. I'm gonna buy me a little house or something down there, man. A little condo or something.
As much as you fly down there, you
right.
probably should.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, geez. Maybe change they got no income tax down there.
Yeah.
You know, you might maybe some tax laws you may take advantage of down there. So
that part, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, man.
The ratio, I want the 1 to 25 or the 1 to 30 ratio. That's what I want. So I can make some real guap.
You sound old saying that.
Guap.
How you said it, you sound old.
You don't say guap? Like you haven't said guap before?
Yes, but how you just said it, you sounded like, old. You like make some real guap. Like it's like, wait, what?
But I am old though. That part.
That's right. Right. We old.
You know? It is what it is. Chris, how was your weekend, man?
Man, it was good. We just did family stuff and kicked it and had a good time. Kept it real low key this weekend.
Cool.
No just tournaments. You ain't get a chance to choke nobody out?
Nah. There's one coming up that I might be on, so we'll see if it works out or not. But yeah. They're having like a little thing for it. So yeah, we'll see.
Down there, was it actual conference or was it just more like your
it was a conference. It was another business conference. Summer camp after school conference. I took my staff down this time, man, so it's cool because I come back from these events and I come back fired up, right? They just look at me like, we don't understand. Like, what do you mean? So they got a chance to really experience it, man, and see the bigger picture of what we're trying to accomplish. So it was really cool.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, man.
All right. So I got a hypothetical question for you, gentlemen.
Okay.
All right. So imagine like okay, first off, let's imagine you guys are on Instagram and you may have followed someone of the opposite gender. And but you guys are married, so you guys would never follow somebody you're attracted to. They just you have no idea who they are. You just end up following somebody. But you guys wouldn't do this. But imagine you guys are single and you guys actually follow some young lady.
I follow pretty women.
Yeah.
All right. So now imagine you go to the bar.
I mean, I follow ones that's out of reach, like Lala, the Bellator chick.
Not
like,
Lala.
you know what I mean?
Hey, he's
Nah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Valentina. You know what I mean? I follow some pretty girls. I follow pretty girls. What are you talking about?
Just a pretty
I'm married,
girl.
I mean, I don't like pretty girls.
He's talking about
I'm
one
not
up the
saying
street.
that.
Los, he's talking about one up the street.
Yes, just one of them that's just maybe
One in the city, same zip code.
Yeah, like you just didn't know, and they just like, oh my goodness. Whew. I just follow to see what's going on in the world. And now imagine you go to a bar and you're sitting at a bar, and this young lady and a friend of hers walks into the bar, and they sit
Stalker.
somewhere else. I'm just gonna ask this question.
You're a stalker.
I didn't know they were.
Ask the question. Right, ask the question.
Hypothetically, the person didn't know they were coming. You were there first, so I'm just saying. So, what do you do at this particular juncture? A, do you just act like you don't know that they're there and don't say anything to them? 2, do you go up and say, "Hey, I follow you on like Instagram or something"? Or F, do you just go over there and start talking and act like you don't follow them? Which one of the 3 in this hypothetical situation would you guys do?
If I was single,
If you were single,
I probably wouldn't speak to him.
wouldn't speak to him. You're just like, yo, I'm gonna keep.
Yeah, I mean, if they said to me like, "Hey, are you so and so that just followed me?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. How you doing, bye? I didn't know you was coming, but it's good to see you, bye." But I mean, I wouldn't want to think.
I mean, if they got like 20,000 followers, they're not gonna know everybody who follows.
Yeah, so exactly. So I wouldn't. I mean, unless
That's
you felt
why.
like,
That's why. Yeah. No.
unless you felt like, oh, maybe they know it's me. Like you mean like you? That's how you.
We
felt
make
like,
eye contact, and there's a little something there, maybe.
So,
if
what
not,
if there was eye contact? Double
eye
back eye
contact
contact.
probably like stalker. Like,
a double back eye contact. They look at you, you look at them, and it just because they don't know that you know them. You're on the other side of the bar. Like
you don't really know them. You just follow them on Instagram.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't.
stop, Travis. You don't really know them,
person-
Travis. That's the
that person-
problem. That's the problem, Travis. You feel like you went through all their pictures. And now you feel
so you have a connection, but there's only a one-way connection.
Hey, this is not about me. This is a
It's a hypothetical, though.
This is a hypothetical question. This is not about me. I'm just asking.
I'm sorry, not you. Hypothetically, that person went through all the pictures, and now they feel like they actually know this person. Like they know.
Yeah,
them.
but the person across them doesn't know them. They just see it's another person, and they catch eyes, like bam, and then don't say it. And you're like, okay, all right,
So like 2 attractive people just making eye contact, like, oh hey.
right.
All your
And, and you're on different sides of the room, so
Yeah.
nothing happens. Like just kind of just.
How many followers the hypothetical person, the guy that's in the bar, has? 20,000?
No.
He rocking 1,500. He rocking 1,500, and he having to struggle to get that because
No, I'm not even close.
He said, I'm not even close to that.
I'm not
Hypothetically,
me. Let's say the person has, I don't know, 650 followers or something like that. I mean, it's nowhere near.
Bro, you
But they don't have 20,000 followers.
Yeah, they don't have
maybe,
like.
but maybe you
20,000
just shoot your shot, man. I don't know.
I'm
No,
just curious what
Not
happened.
him. Yeah.
I'm
Hypothetically.
just curious what you guys would do. I'm just curious. Anyway, so what if 2 days later you go to a bar and another person that you know that you follow is there also?
Hypothetically,
Like,
the stalkerish, just kind of just happening.
yeah, but
Go
that
for the
person
answers.
doesn't live up to the hype.
Oh,
No.
All right, so basically,
Yeah, bro,
what we out there-
for me, it'd be the same response. Like,
Right. Honestly,
it's the same response. I'm not even like, not even gonna
okay, I'm just curious as to how you guys would handle that situation. All right. Anywho,
How
moving
would you
on.
handle it? How would you handle it? How would you handle that situation?
Hypothetically?
Hypothetically, yeah. Like if you were single and it happened to you and you were in that situation, like how would you, like, what would you do?
Hypothetically, a person could technically send a round of drinks.
That is true.
To the young ladies and see what happens after that. And then a conversation may just happen from that.
Yeah, that's something strong about that.
That's a possibility.
You didn't get that as an option.
Yeah, that wasn't an
option.
But I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't. But I mean, that's still going up and talking to the person. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you don't, and you may not ever say.
So what would have made you just send them the drink? Like, I mean, not you per se, but hypothetically, would you send them a drink and like have like a note say, "I follow you on IG"?
Hypothetically, the person would never even mention anything about it. Because it might be a little too weird. So they may not ever mention.
They are not drinking your drink.
Not at all.
That may not ever actually.
Fingernail thing. Nah.
It may not ever, no.
Oh, that's what's up, man. You have some of the most, not you, but in general, like your thoughts.
Hypothetically, you got some of the most hypothetical situations.
Experiences. That's crazy, like hypothetically, like.
My brain is very fun.
Yeah.
The life my brain leads is a lot of fun, but it's just interesting. Anywho, moving on. All right.
We 12 minutes in and you ain't mentioned who we sponsored by. My feelings are hurt.
Well, our sponsor is probably enjoying the conversation that just happened because
he is. He's probably laughing extremely hard right now.
Because hey, hypothetically, but we are actually sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour, and hypothetically, if I was put in that situation, the sponsor would have enabled me to send a round of drinks.
That is true.
Because they sponsor us. I'm just saying.
That is true.
Sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour, people. And coming up soon, we're going to be doing that Virtual Fight Tour 10. Make sure you guys listen out. But until then, make sure you guys go to on July 20th. Next week, right? Or is it this weekend? It's this weekend, isn't it? Independence Cup?
Yeah.
Yes. This weekend.
Yes. 24th. Yeah.
The 24th. Independence Cup. Make sure y'all go, if you're out in the area, go and support Sue and Rick Diaz and Jesse Ray at the Independence Cup.
Yeah.
All right. Now, with that being said, let's move on to some karate-related stuff. We're 13 minutes in.
Yeah.
I know people don't want to hear us talk about, other things besides karate. Where y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with Ray, or y'all want to start with my conversational piece? Or did anything happen this weekend, Chris? Let me stop and ask you that, boo.
There was the Florida Gateway Challenge. I'm not 100% sure how that went. Christian Bayonne won weapons. I know that, but I'm not sure about too much there. I just know that event went well, and that's all I got, honestly.
I love that you don't know much about it, but you know it went well.
No, I've seen updates. I've seen people who have updates about it, but
he don't know much about nothing, but he know a lot about everything.
Chris keeps things close to the chest about certain things.
Chris say I don't know nothing about nothing, but I know a lot about everything.
No, I know a lot about a little, but I don't know everything. That's what it is.
People, y'all know the conversations we have behind the scenes. Chris be like, "Yo, I heard." We be like, "You didn't want to say that on air, huh?" All right.
Nah, son, I can't do none of that.
Yeah.
Because if things come out, then I don't want to do that.
Chris,
what?
So where Ray going?
No idea. I have nothing on that.
Chris always looks off the camera. He puts his head down when he tries to.
I have no idea. No. I really don't know. I mean, it's probably for Ray. If you got to play into a couple of different options, you know what I mean. You got to play into the heart, what you really want. You got to play into the money, where's the best deal. You got to pay into the ego, where you know what I mean, and you know, so you got to play into those different things. And I think depending on what his offers are, I have no idea what any of them, or if he has any, or who has made offers. But if you look at all the offers, you know, it's got to, you know, dollars got to make sense, but it also has to feed what he wants. So, I mean, you saw the hashtags, you saw, you know.
I'm about to read it. I'm about to read what he put.
I figured.
Dream big, work hard, and stay humble, but move confidently in the direction of your goals. With the proper discipline, desire, and dedication, you can make your dreams your reality and have the time of your life while doing so. My Bellator contract has ended, and I'm now a free agent. Bellator has been nothing but amazing during my time with them, and I'm excited about the future. Should I re-sign with Bellator, or should I take my talents to another organization? Let me know what you guys think I should do in the comments. If you haven't seen me perform before, check out this awesome video clip by MMA whatever. It's a glimpse of the path I've laid while making my dream my reality. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for the continued love and support. Bellator MMA, the real Scott Coker. UFC, Dana White. One championship, I'm not Yad Chatari. PFL MMA, Glory Kickboxing, Bare Knuckle FC, and Karate Combat. Gentlemen, if you had a preference, where would he go? And he said, whatever you say, I'm going to go.
If I had a preference,
yeah,
I'm going to tell him to go get the bag.
Yep.
Everyone go get the bag. Go get the bag. You got at least maybe 2-3 years left to really get that money. Go get the money.
So it doesn't matter what organization, whoever just pays the most.
Yep.
Give me a contract. Give me either a 2-year contract or a 3-fight contract worth this dollar amount, and you have my services. But I want my money guaranteed.
So,
and the bag has to be upper 6 figures, close to 7.
All right. So each organization comes in with $750,000 for a 3-fight deal, and they say, "Hey," and it's let's say UFC, Bellator, one, Karate Combat. Which one do you go to? Which one do you tell them to go to?
I would do one first because they have a bigger audience as far as worldwide audience.
Are they bigger than UFC?
Globally?
Yeah.
Worldwide? Yes.
Yeah.
That's the Asian market. So that's the Philippines. They do all their stuff in Singapore, Japan, China. They got fighters.
That's all good and fine.
Russia.
I mean, that's all great, but isn't UFC like big in Europe, America, and South America?
That's we're talking about views and people. Views
right.
And people
but I mean, you're not getting paid by views, are you?
You're getting paid by the quantity of people that actually are watching you and want to see you do what you're going to do.
That's why they do. That's why you have contracts have pay-per-view numbers.
Have more people in the audience. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna.
I mean, I get it, but I was just curious. I mean, I didn't think one was bigger than UFC. I thought UFC was the biggest one out of the group.
I don't believe so.
I know. I thought one was like the second.
I believe as far as for us, UFC
here in America, North America, South America, yeah, but.
Well, I mean, North America, South America, but I also thought it was huge in Europe as well.
I would say probably pockets of Europe. And remember, even those places are not as big as Asia,
Ireland and England. Maybe Ireland and England where they have followers, but
even one get a lot of Dutch fighters and a lot of the fighters from over there as well that come into
because they do kickboxing in the small gloves and they do a wide array of things.
No, I get it. I mean, I understand. One's how huge one is. I just figured it's just
if I would have lined it up, I would do that. Then I personally would go. I would say go to Karate Combat.
Yep.
Because of the Evolution fighting gear and the uniforms and all the things that he's trying to come out with next, right? So
because that's the finish. And if they're all offering the same,
yeah. And if they're all offering the same and they're all giving the same kind of money, and I know I have on the other side of something that I want to be able to have access to, I'm going to go to that, right? Or I'm going to recommend, I would say, go to that. I think UFC, like, I think there's going to be haters everywhere you go, right? But I think UFC is just going to be just a whole different bag of asses. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Bag of asses?
Seriously, there's a bag of asses, just asses that don't wipe. Like, you know what I mean? Just a whole bunch of those type of people. So that's I personally, if he had to get a bag and he's going to get a bag, I would do one of those two things. Unless UFC came with the 7 figures, like, listen, come do 3 fights, we're going to pay you $1 million and however much, $1 million plus, and then go do that. Because then it wouldn't matter, like, you know what I mean? Because I really do have my dough, like, you know what I mean? And I've set the of what my ultimate goal was to be the highest paid fighter coming out of our genre or what we've done, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Los, you and I are on the same exact page in that. 100%. I'm with you there.
I'm surprised that we're on the same page. That's because we are all stars.
No, that's true. We have aligned. I mean,
we are aligned in some point. Right?
Like, my brother.
Some type of.
Yeah, I'm with you on. I'm with you on one. All offering the same. One, because plus you get to go and travel. You could fight on the same card as Colby and Sage, or one or the other. That draws a whole cool.
Like, that's a whole nother level.
Right.
Like sponsorship. Like, think about the sponsorship that he can get over there, being an American athlete, like, you mean, of his highlight ability. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. In Asia, they love him. They would absolutely love him. He's dynamic, he's explosive. It's what that crowd wants to see anyway. So, and again, the family thing and all that. Karate Combat would be second for the exact same reasons. Plus, I think it's more of a comfort zone. Anyway. His wrestling and his jiu-jitsu has evolved tremendously. But if you're offering the same thing to do what we've done for so long, why not? Honestly. And then why would I go and put myself in that predicament in the UFC with the same thing, the haters or the matchups that they're going to give me, unless they're going to come off that bread and come secure the bag and then move from there. But I mean, if everything is equal, I'm going 1 first, Karate Combat second, and then ego tells me UFC because it's the UFC. But not unless it's something that supersedes everything else.
So my only question is he the only thing about Karate Combat to me is, like, how big in karate how much larger can he get inside of karate? You know what I mean? Like,
but but because what he wants to do after karate,
correct?
That could give him a better. No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about what he wants.
I know for his evolution
within karate. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that is where he wants to go back into the sport and give back to the sport and be a part of the legacy within the sport that he's created for himself, but he also wants to leave another type of mark on the sport, right? So Karate Combat would be a little more in line with that part of it. My personal opinion, I could be wrong, but that's what I would think, right? Where, like, the UFC is not like he's gonna be making the UFC. I mean, and he could Evolution Shorts, but that's not the
yeah. I'm not a person going say he should go to UFC. I don't think he should honestly go that route. Honestly, I think he probably should. Best bet would be 1.
Notice none of us said Bellator, though, unless you're about to.
No, I mean, if Bellator wanted him, Bellator would have kept him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's just like your contract just doesn't end without having that conversation with them. If they really truly wanted him, then they would have signed him already. They wouldn't have let him go. So clearly, there's something there as far as whether it's the money or his road to the title or whatever it is, something that they just don't see eye to eye about. So clearly that you need to go somewhere else that you, I don't say feel appreciated by, but or as more valued. Bro, you know what I mean? So
go get the bag.
One, which I assume is probably can pay the most, if not, or then go that route. Honestly, the Karate Combat thing to me was kind of like, it was interesting, but I just look at it from a standpoint of why.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't want to see him in it. Because I feel his level is too.
Yeah, I think he's bigger
high
than
for it, right?
Yeah.
I feel his prestige of who he is too high for it. But if you're paying me the money, and this is what I have on the table, and I'm not getting it from the other areas,
then yes, go.
Then I'm going to get the money.
Yeah. So I think we're in agreement about one. I disagree with the Karate Combat part. I just think he just. I mean,
so what was
if all the money, I probably wouldn't have say go there second.
Where would you say then?
UFC. We're back to Bellator. Those were four.
Wait, why? What you thinking about? You only gave us those options. There's no other options.
Yeah, that's correct. But I mean, to me, honestly, it's just one. Like, to me, there is no other option. To me, like, if all money is the same, I'm saying go to one, as opposed to like if a backup or something like that. I'm like, just go to one. If all the money is the same. I technically I don't really want to see him in the UFC. Or I don't want to see him in Bellator, not really.
If he's in one, you probably won't see him either because you have to stay up to watch him.
Or get up super early.
Yeah.
True.
But 5 a.m.
To me, like you said, I think his brand at that point, I think his brand would be bigger. Like, I don't think his brand can get bigger under Karate Combat or UFC or Bellator. I don't think he can get any bigger than it. Technically, only way he gets bigger is if he skyrockets and just kills everybody and goes to the championship.
He will have to have a title fight within 2
years. Yeah, for him to get there
within 2 years, honestly.
Yeah, really quick. So I think his brand can grow the largest under one.
I mean, that's what kind of stinks as far as with Bellator, because he even said, like, I want to fight Douglas Lima. Like, set it up. You mean how what's my path to get there? And they don't even want to bring him on to get him to that path.
Correct.
To see what it could be, right? So that kind of sucks on their part.
Yep.
But they don't want him to be their champion.
Well,
they don't want him to be their champion.
I would assume. I mean, I guess. I don't know what their thought process is. Like, I think they just think like, okay, yeah, you're a good show. You did everything you need to do, but I think they're looking at it from the standpoint of you're 41. You're probably not going to be.
They don't want him to be their champion.
Yeah,
whatever, whether it's age, whether it's like his style doesn't fit the mold of what MMA world wants to see per se, right?
No, I think they like his style because he gets them on SportsCenter. Like, he gets them on there and gets that exposure. So I think they like that aspect of it. But I think they don't want to invest in them thinking that it'll be a short ride. You know what I mean? And they won't get as much out of it as they think they want. And I think that's, to me, probably where their dynamic is as far as money goes. Don't want to invest that much money. Don't get as much back out.
The best thing about one, though, is that he could do one and do the kickboxing side of it.
Correct.
Yep. He could do kickboxing for a lot more years than he'll probably be able to do MMA.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So, like, he can probably secure a bigger bag there.
Yeah.
Because he can go into the kickboxing arena. And even at 41, and as he ages, he's still going to be better than most of those guys coming up that are young, like you mean, that just don't understand a lot of the stuff that he may be able to do within the ring. So
I mean, we'll see. He'll make his announcement. Probably. Why is he going to do it? Not long after we going to shut
Tuesday,
off
Wednesday afternoon.
Right.
Yeah. After
it is like I got to wait another week. All right. Thanks,
guy.
But yeah. So with that being said, anything else on this topic, and we can move on. No. All right. Here is the topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Get your opinion.
Wow.
All right. So, the sport of karate has certain things that people do to get there to win matches. They do things to get their opponent out of rhythm, off their game. Like, they'll do a
gamesmanship.
Yes.
Maybe
they'll do a late shot. They'll fall to the ground. They'll stop the top fights because of their equipment failure or something like that. Or they'll act like they're something's wrong with them, and they'll do things to break the other person's rhythm. They'll trash talk. They'll get in their face. You'll hear people saying different things. And as we are martial arts, just about every martial art is always about honor and doing things, dealing with each other right up against, in an honorable way. Versus it's the art of our, what would you call it, Los? The art of our,
the essence.
The essence of our art.
The essence of our art. Yes, that's how you put it. The essence of our art.
Essence of our art.
Yes. So I wanted to get you guys' take on, do you like the gamesmanship, and does it hurt? Is it a bad thing for our karate schools? Because somewhere in there,
or for the sport,
right? Because there are two different elements in that.
True, but in this karate schools, your students are learning these habits, right? Like, so when they go to the karate tournament and somebody does this stuff to them, then they come back to your school and are repeating what they saw that worked.
So you're saying it's a double bully?
So they may come back and double bully. I don't know. They may come back and start doing late shots.
That's called the double bully effect, Coach Travis.
Okay, tell me about the double bully effect.
Someone's a bully, and they go and I get bullied by somebody, and then I go bully someone else. It's called the double bully effect. So you're saying that they're going to a tournament, seeing somebody get bullied, or they're getting bullied, and they're going and bullying someone else.
Or they're just doing gamesmanship. They're teaching other people to do it.
Gamesmanship.
Yeah, they start talking trash. They may do a late shot, or they may,
Travis, I've never seen you talk trash.
I don't talk trash.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen you like really hit somebody late before. I've seen you hit people hard. I've never seen you hit somebody late just to hit them late.
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
I do that. I would do that if that person had already done it. Right.
Exactly.
So they hit me late. I don't fire back right there. I wait. And then I hit them about 4 or 5 times. Now they would have stopped off the first. They would have said first stop off the first or second shot. But then I'm throwing 3 more shots after that. Pop, 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 and then a back leg roundhouse kick to the head or something like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That is my way of coming back as a late shot. But I don't necessarily.
Actually, I think I did that in Chicago. Remember what AKA? What did you? I did exactly that because he kept hitting me late.
Well, yeah, that's what he's like. All right. But here's the thing. When somebody hits me late, I stop and look at the ref like, all right, you saw that, right? Because I just want you to understand.
I'm going to give
what's
you one.
going to happen. Like, I just let them know, like, you see what's happening, right? So don't get mad at me when I blast him and then I hit him hard or I hit him even late or whatever the case may be. Just know he started this. So just so you know this. And they kind of understand it, like, all right. And then that's it. Like, but, yeah, no, man. I'm just curious as to you. I never really did the trash talking thing. I did it when I was a kid. And then I remember I had lost and then they were trash talking me back, and I didn't like that. It was like, yo, I'm not trash talk anymore. I stopped trash talking. Like, I'm not gonna trash talk anymore.
All fun and games. It's all fun and games until
until it's coming back because it wasn't just me. Because I would talk junk before everything, and then once somebody hit me or lost, it wasn't just that person who was saying stuff. It'd be like my uncle, my brother. It'd be everybody talking junk to me. So I was like, all right. I'm not gonna say anything because everybody's gonna jump on me for if somebody does something good towards me if I get hit with something. So let me just stop talking junk. But no, I'm just curious about you guys' thought about trash talking and the gamesmanship of sport karate.
I could say that out of everybody I've ever fought, I've never been trash talked. Like ever. I may have been hit late and then I was never hit late again. The only person and the person that hit me late would be like a Brian Ruth, but it never would happen again. And that was I never had that happen before. I've had the glove being pulled off and hit me with a false glove. You
know what you get? You get growing kicks.
I did get a lot of growing kicks.
That's the gamesmanship they had to do to you. They
kick you in the thigh on the inside of your thigh.
Yeah, do stuff just to keep you like, all right, they got to stop this guy from kicking. I'm a growing shot him. An illegal technique, people.
It was a legal technique, though. It wasn't like it wasn't illegal. It was
depends. Depends.
Nah, I never got kicked illegally.
You didn't know that you were kicking you illegal.
Yeah.
But there was times when people would kick you illegally because they wanted to stop you from kicking.
Yes.
That didn't. I mean, I don't know how much it did.
I mean, like on the what was it, the even years of NBL where grown kicks were not
odd years.
No, odd years you could. The even years,
yeah, you couldn't.
If you were getting kicked in the groin, that was intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly, Jose Pacheco kicked me in the groin one year.
Sure, he did
in California.
That sounds like
but in California though, it was legal in a lot of tournaments, right? But at the NBL, it wasn't. So it was one of those. He kicked me in the groin. He's like, "Oh, my bad, I didn't know." Da, da, da.
He knew.
I said, "All right, Pacheco."
He knew.
That should happen again.
Chris, you're a late shotter.
No, I was typically a late shotter only if you hit me late, but I didn't always have the clarity and the calmness that you did to wait. I would retaliate right after.
Yeah, you're a 1-2 back to 3-4. Like you mean?
Like, right.
Yeah.
Break. You hit me 1-2. Oh, here now I come. I didn't have always that calmness to wait. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait to the next exchange, score a clean one, and then fire back off. That was typically my high-headedness.
Firecracker. You're a ticking time bomb. You're just somebody who's waiting to press your button and press it, and you just react.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, no.
I was definitely, you could push my button.
So do you have a problem with the gamesmanship? Do you have a problem with the person who falls down every 3 seconds to avoid getting hit? Do you have a problem with the person goes out of bounds and, does all these other things?
But I think the rules have started to kind of eliminate a little bit of that. I mean, depending on who's officiating, but there are no warnings anymore. So you don't get a warning for a low kick. Now, if someone's kick is up first and you're throwing your kick, you guys, it's a clash. You don't usually call a groin kick. But if you kick somebody in the hip and they're trying to blitz or something, that's still a low kick. There's no warning, 1 point to the other side. So I think that part of the gamesmanship, running out of bounds, falling down, I think that part is eliminated or starting to be eliminated. The gear malfunction, you get one warning, and then the second time your head gear falls off, your shin pad falls off, your hand gear falls off. That's a point automatically to the other side. So you see a lot less of that because they don't want to give up points for that. So certain things are not doing the running, and I hurt my toe. The fake injuries is still around.
Wait, snap your head up, Lo. You said fake.
We already know. Somebody's got a toe jam or a knee cramp or
a shoulder
or a thigh or whatever.
A shoulder.
I got a headache. I got a bump on my lip. Whatever it is.
No,
there's a lot. There's still a lot of that, but they're trying to eliminate that by giving them that 5-minute injury timeout. And they have to have a medic. They have to have a medic. So they have to have a medic over there, and as soon as the medic gets there, the 5-minute time starts.
So let me ask you this.
And the medic is the only one that can say yes or no if they're medically cleared or not. And they tell the center, look, they can't fight. I said they can't fight, and now the match is over. So they're working towards that, implementing it and actually making it really work. We'll see how that goes over the next.
I think if you fake an injury and you come back like that injury didn't happen, you should lose.
Should be a point the other way, at least automatically. Because you disagree?
I said 3.
Oh, 3. Oh, I am at
3 points.
Yeah, why not? Don't ever do that shit again.
First off, I hate the penalty points without warnings.
But with the warnings, you award now you're allowing for gamesmanship. The
but
rules.
You're also allowing for actual mistakes, right? So if you go out of bounds, like you angle and you step out of bounds, and the other person gets a point because your foot went out of bounds when you were just trying to avoid getting hit.
That's what I was saying.
If you just drop to avoid being hit, that's
weak sauce.
Yeah,
I mean, okay. What if you're kicking and you literally roll your toe and you fall, and that person was throwing a spinning hook kick?
Well, then you better lay there for 5 minutes and wait for the medic.
But it's not that bad.
And you better not get back up and fire your leg and pump on that same foot again.
But I'm just saying. But it just is what it is. Like,
that's the part where it's like,
okay, all right.
My knee hurts. My knee
Let me
hurts.
ask you this.
Kick. Come on, man. Your knee ain't hurt.
Hold on, wait. in the NBA, if you foul somebody, they don't automatically go to the line and get foul shots. It doesn't happen. You don't automatically get a point when you do something that is quote unquote negative.
What?
You see what I'm saying? Like if you jump offside or do a late hit, you do not get 3 points in football. If you hit,
you lose 10 yards. You lose 10 yards.
Yes. You may lose 10
and
yards.
You're penalized. In the NBA, if you step out of bounds, you lose the ball. They get the ball. So they get.
But you're not scoring points. Those points are what is the determining factor of who
what
wins
can we
the
do? What can you do to
negate
that? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying give a warning. They don't take a point away when you do a low blow. They get a warning before you start getting points deducted. That's my whole point. Like, I just don't look at it like you should not automatically right away. You punch somebody and you got your strap comes off, and next thing you know you're getting penalized a point because you have
you know what? Though,
no, that's an inaction foul.
Travis, you know what though? You know what? I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I do. I think there should be a warning. I really do. Because I agree with you. I could be moving and I just happen to be step out of bounds, not realizing where I'm at, and now you give a point, but I wasn't running. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't deliberately falling. Yeah. So the glove thing, I definitely could see that too.
No, they don't call that. That's not part of it. Like if we blitz and my glove falls off, that's not part of it. But if you stop and say, "Hold on," and you got to undo your glove and fix your glove, that's an equipment foul. They call that.
Okay. What about this old one? When you slide that hand pad off to stop the time.
Where you slide your hand all the way down and you flick that back fist so it falls out.
I mean, he's saying he's sliding the hand down, the glove off.
So the glove off, you're like, stop time, my hand pad came off. And so you're stalling for time.
That's the one equipment warning right there. And then if something like that happens again, because it didn't happen in an action. It didn't happen because there was a clash or an exchange. It happened because you were messing with your equipment.
Okay, so you're saying that if something happens and you
get axe kicked and your headgear falls off, that doesn't count as an equipment malfunction.
Okay.
Put your headgear back
take it off and say, all right, let me.
But if you're sitting there and you're like, wait, I got to fix my headgear, and nothing actually happened, then no, that equipment malfunction. Why are you stalling? Fix it. Next time it happens, he gets a point. That's how it's supposed to be, as I've interpreted it.
Okay. All right, so that makes more sense then.
Again, like I said, it all depends. Like Los was saying, at the open, that was not being called. So dudes were like circling around and both feet would step real quick out of bounds and right back in bounds. And since there was no action happening, we weren't avoiding or running out of bounds to fight. More of those didn't get stopped and a point went the other way because fighters understand that that's not a big deal. When you're pump kicking at me and I'm running and I run out of bounds, then that's when the point goes automatically to the other side.
Did I run out of bounds or did I just step out of bounds?
1 foot in, 1 foot out is still in bounds. Both feet out, you ran out of bounds.
You know what? You're right.
So again, but like I said, it all depends on who's in the center. Dang, those turned into Travis.
Travis, why you
put that Van Dam split on that line, man.
Hey, wait, what?
Right. No,
you're right. You ran out of bounds. You stepped out of bounds.
No, I like that one too.
I just tried to switch my pivot to go back in. That's all I did. I was switching, like, all right, and then taking the second step. I don't get it. Anyway,
but
what
as
about
far as the gamesmanship? I mean, you only do what's within the rules. You do what's within the rules.
Is the gamesmanship dishonorable?
Sometimes it can be.
Los, do you think it's dishonorable?
Personally, like I feel if it's a purposeful thing, I think it's stupid. Like just win the fight. Do what you got to
fight.
Just win the fight. Like you don't need all the extra. Like I've never been an extra dude. Like you know what I mean, you don't need all the extra. If you're gonna win, you're gonna win. Fight. Like you know what I mean, don't do all the extra stuff. But again, if that's what sometimes you may think you're taking someone out of their game and you just tune them into the game even more. Right.
True.
Because you've pulled these tactics, right? So that's some of what I would say that, you know, sometimes if that were to happen to me, like it would tune me in even more because now I really want to smoke you out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't like you doing it like I'm afraid or I'm nervous. You just really just piss me off even more that I really want to just bang you up now.
Hey, Los, have you ever gotten into like an altercation at a tournament?
No.
Absolutely not.
Nobody's like flipped you off or told you to they grab themselves or anything like that. And
nah, I'm not that kind of guy though. You know that. I never presented myself that way. If we
go, it doesn't matter.
Fight.
You know, some people will test you.
No. No. No, I'll just say no. I would just say that when we're fighting in the ring, that's fighting in the ring. And no. That's it.
There's nothing else to say. Like,
because again, people. I mean, when you're in the ring, that's different, right? When you go to a different level, that's a different aspect, right? So then, if you're gonna talk that talk and you're gonna try to go to that level, you have to really be willing to go to that level, right? Because again, the sport is a sport. But now, when you want to try to go to the other level, like sometimes it never happened to me, but I wouldn't even let myself engage in it possibly because I know that you ain't really. You're a sport karate guy.
Right. You're probably more than likely not really about that life.
But what if they think that? What if they thought that about you? You just a sport karate guy. You ain't no.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I am. Just do it one time.
He said, "I wish."
You ain't no thumper. You know what I'm saying?
That's why. Honestly, that's why I used to really enjoy continuous. Right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed like. I did a continuous at Stan Witz's tournament and like some of these other like continuous that's kind of like kickboxing, like more like brawling, like you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Because some are organized and some are just like fighting.
That was some serious stuff. Like you know what I mean?
I did continuous one time. I was in South Carolina. I was fighting first and second, and in the first round, they low kicked me. And I was trying to tell him to stop because like, but he just kept coming. I'm like, fam, I can't really do anything right now. I just got blasted with a back leg to my
continuous, sucker. You better continue to fight.
Fool, they stopped in boxing when you get a low blow.
I bet you they still was clicking.
I was like, God, come on, man. Like you just they was clicking away.
They clicked like 8 times.
I was so
like
mad.
8 times. It was like
tried to pick his leg back up. He didn't get his 8 kick minimum.
I couldn't do much because my stomach was messed up. All right, like I was.
Then I got out the ring with boo-boo.
I was like, man, look, I'm done with this. Like, this.
I love continuous.
What is this?
Yeah,
I love when continuous is run well.
Yeah, I was down in South Carolina. I think I was fighting Keith Weston. I think, and he just low kicked the heck out of me. And I was like, fam.
Yeah, he used to do a lot of continuous.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
I never had that problem, man. But I mean, we always fought like other high level people too. Like you know what I mean? Like
right.
That didn't go to that level with it. Like you get what I'm saying? Like the only time someone will go to that level is just some person that just kind of came off the street or not really knowing what it is.
Yeah, but BP used to get it all the time.
Used to get what?
Get tested.
Yeah.
Remember New Orleans?
Yeah.
Kentucky?
Yeah.
It used to get tested.
But Dame is different though.
No, Dame wasn't. That wasn't Dame. That wasn't Dame. That was somebody else.
Who?
Do you remember what happened? Were you there in New Orleans when the brawl happened?
No.
Oh, so you weren't there.
I wasn't there, no. So please share.
I didn't see much.
Story time.
I didn't see much because I had my eye busted at that time. I was fighting. I think I was fighting Ryan Huntley, and I caught his elbow in my eye, and so my eye was cut. And so I had like a bag, and I was watching like Brian fight. He was fighting some local New Orleans dudes. They got mad because Brian kept scoring on them. They were saying stuff. Brian would talk back, and a huge brawl just broke out. Hypothetically speaking,
oh Jesus,
a female fighter of ours was on stage, ran down, and was blasting, grabbing somebody, hitting them. one of the guys who was trying to fight. At some point, Terrence Alfred got yoked up by one of the dudes. He thought my uncle was the one who grabbed him, but it wasn't. It was some New Orleans dude. And he calmed down until he turned around, and then next you know he started swinging some big He-Man Hulk dude or something like that. It was wild. Like it was the amount of fighting people. I couldn't do anything because I was already busted. So I'm just sitting there like, just.
I'll be out if I could.
Yeah, I would, but I was like, yo, fam, I'm just gonna get messed up. Either I'm not gonna see a punch coming from this side. Like I'll be messed up.
At this point, I'm more of a liability than an
asset. Exactly. So I was like, yeah, no. Next year y'all gonna be carrying me out on the stretcher because I didn't see the punch coming from my left side. So So I just kind of sat back and watched, but everybody was. I don't know. I think Ski was in the middle of it. I don't know if Ricky was in it though. Ricky was there. I don't know if he was actually fighting though, but yeah, it got wild.
Yeah, no, I never had that happen to me. Like I said, I just never had that happen to me. You had it happen to you before?
As far as what?
You have Trav or Chris?
Chicago,
fights?
Huh?
Fights? Yeah.
No, I mean people like just kind of coming at you like talking greasy and stuff.
Oh, you were there. The only person who really did that to me was Ninja.
Oh.
And he did it. He didn't do it to me. He was doing it towards you and Brian.
Who?
Ninja.
Towards who and Brian?
He was talking about me to you and Brian.
Oh.
The only thing he was saying how much he was going to beat me in the finals or what. And so I was like, I'm not going to beat him the first round. I'm just going to punch him. I'm just going to punish him. I'm just going to keep hitting the heck out of him. I'm going to hit him late. I'm just going to hit him all just late. And then the second round, I'm going to beat him. And that's exactly what happened. But yeah, that was really the only person who talked junk like that.
Well, he wasn't talking to you though.
No, he wasn't talking to me. He didn't back down when I walked over because I didn't know anything about it. So I walked over. You and Brian because I think Brian was betting him that he was going to lose. And you was like, I'm not going to bet because Travis is going to beat you. I'm not betting. Yeah. And so I sat down and I was just like, and he was like, no, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat him. So I was just like, oh, you cocky mother. It's like, all right, you're not going to win this thing.
That whole little crew, man. Ninja, Rock. Matrix, right? That was his name? Matrix,
yeah. It was Wild Boys, man. Them New Jersey boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I would get hit late a lot when I was younger. Like when you 16, 17, 18 fighting in the men's division.
Yeah, I got hit late a lot. Like Jerry Robbins used to always hit me late. So, it didn't matter.
I'm trying to think if anybody else talked junk. I don't think anybody else talked junk though.
Nah.
Yeah, no. It was the other way around.
Honestly, when I was coming up, I was probably like 18, 19. I had a dude in Buffalo. John Palmer. Yeah, he beat me up. He beat me up.
But that's a rite of passage.
He beat me up and talked the whole time. I'm like, what the like?
Yeah, but that's a rite of passage. You have to get beat up when you first move up.
It is true. That part of it is.
So that's gonna lean into.
But like it's crazy. Like he beat me up, but he didn't beat me. You get
right? No. 9 times out of 10, they don't win.
No. There are two different separations. There's a dude that would introduce you with a whooping.
Hold on. So then the next year I fought him because he turned again. Next year I fought him. I smoked him. Like it wasn't the same heat at all. Like it was so, like, you beat me up last year. You ain't beating me up again. We about to get it on. That's afterwards, like, yo, man, we gotta get together and train. I gotta come down. Like, man, you trying to kill me last year, man. I'm not messing with you.
It's a rite of passage, man. So when you go into that adult men's division, you're gonna have to take those lumps, and it's gonna be from people you're gonna beat, but you're gonna be getting lumped up for winning. You're gonna get scored. You're gonna get leg shot at, and it's gonna be all of that. So it just is what it is, man.
I got a few of them. I got quite a few of them.
Yeah. All right.
What would you say that rolls into your next question? You had another question, Trev?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought you were saying that rolls into something. We switched it up.
We almost at an hour. We're about to get up out of here. So Los.
All right. No more topics. Los, you got a topic?
Nope. Did you, Chris? Did you eat already?
No, of course I ain't eat.
I know. I mean, you back.
I walked in. I set up. I sat down, and I got clicked onto you. That's it. Man. Nah.
All right.
I'm hungry. I'm staring at these white cheddar Cheez-Its that are down here in my basement. Like, yo, I'm hungry. I wonder if I could get up there in a segment.
During the live show, who cares?
It's crunchy.
Yeah.
But anyway, since we don't got anything else, man, we can go ahead and get up out of here. See y'all next week, people.
Sponsored by
We'll talk about who won. We'll talk about who won at the Independence Cup.
Yeah.
So anybody who's going out there, good skills, do some gamesmanship. Be out.
So I took my brother's word for it.